Hi everyone, I hope you're having a great day today. We've reached the middle of the week and I do apologize for not having a video out yesterday. I just wasn't in the place. Like I said, Monday, my schedule is going to be a little bit wonky for the next couple of weeks probably because I am reaching the home stretch of something I've been working on for a long time, my first book. It will be published in about 2 months, and right now that's just kind of taking a lot of my time. My cat is scratching on her scratching board because she's really excited. She just had some treats. And I'm really excited. I'm excited about the book. I'm excited about all the work that I've put in coming to fruition and actually being available to my readers. However, that has, of course, at this point taken a lot more energy than I thought it would take, and it's been a lot more work than I guess than I knew. I expected it to be a lot of work, but I didn't necessarily know from experience the work of publishing a full novel. I've only published short things in the past. But anyway, I wasn't able to record yesterday for a number of reasons, and now I am. Now I'm here. Let's get started. I'm going to be doing a quick reading with your overall energy using our usual set of cards. I just wanted to kind of make sure I was still getting some work with the rest of my cards. So we'll be doing your overall energy, your physical energy, your ethereal, like emotional, spiritual energy, and then 3 cards for what, where you are kind of right now, what you need to focus on, and what outcome you can hope for or expect if you continue on the path that you are on, okay? So let's get started. What is your overall energy for whoever this reading is meant for? What is their overall energy for this day, Wednesday, March 20th, 2019? Thank you, of course, as always, for being here. Thank you for your support and for, joining me on this journey and being a part of this kind of learning experience that I'm having. And I hope that you've had some sort of learning or growth or help in some way throughout this experience for however long you've been watching this channel. So, what is your overall energy for this day, Wednesday, March 20th, 2019, for whoever this reading is meant for? BT Dubs, happy Astara, happy spring. What is the overall energy, guiding energy for whoever this reading is meant for? From my higher spirit, my higher self, to theirs, and from theirs to mine, from the angels that watch us, our guardians and our gods and goddesses, our deity, our spirits, our ancestors, whoever it is that needs a message today. What message do we have for them concerning their overall energy? Please and thank you. Restore and replenish. So it is time for you to rest. It is time for you to do something that is spiritually healing for yourself. Take a nice spiritual bath. Take a nap if you need to. Take a break from unhealthy eating. Drink a lot of water. If you're a smoker, take a break from that. Maybe smoke 1 cigarette an hour instead of 5. Just take a break. Do something that is going to help your body heal and help your spirit kind of rest and be able to recharge itself, to replenish. And we all need this. I obviously try to make sure that this is something I add, and that means like I'll take breaks from the channel, I'll take breaks from other things that I'm doing, I'll take a day off if I need to, if I really, really need to. I'll let my bosses know in advance. Just whatever it is that you need to do to recharge yourself, take some time to indulge in that today, okay? So let's see what your physical energy is for this day. This is concerning things like your body, your health, your career, your jobs, your finances, your relationships, right? Personal relationships, friendships, even stranger relationships, like people you just met. Like, what is your challenge or your message concerning your physical energy for whoever this reading is meant for? From my higher self to theirs and theirs to mine, concerning their physical energy for this day, Wednesday, March 20th, 2019. What is the message concerning whoever this reading is meant for, concerning their physical energy for this day, March 20th, 2019? Please and thank you, please and thank you. You have the Queen of Coins. Right. So you might be at a point where you're kind of worrying about money, but the message of the Queen of Coins is to not worry so much, to know that you're going to figure out how to how to create security for yourself, how to create stability for yourself. You really need to, I think, just stop and reassess your capabilities, reassess your strengths and your talents, and figure out how you can use those to better your position if you're not in a positive place right now financially. But even if you're not, the Queen of Coins, I think, is sending you a message to not worry about it. Like, as long as you're not like blowing your money, as long as you're trying to spend wisely, even if you're not necessarily in the black right now, even if you're not, like flowing in it, if you have $2 in your account, whatever, know that it's going to change for you soon. Like, it's going to change, but you need to stay grounded in reality. You need to like not blow your money, don't go crazy, but absolutely accept that the money that you need, it's available to you, it's already on its way to you. And once you're able to accept that, once you're able to say, okay, the reality is, even though I don't necessarily have money right now, I have a job, so I'm gonna have money on payday, or I get welfare, so I'm gonna have money in a week on the first. I live with family. I'm going to be able to eat. I'm going to be able to have a home. I'm going to be able to get where I need to be, as long as I don't freak out, as long as I don't tell the universe that I have nothing, then I'm going to get what I need. It's going to come to me, as long as I accept that it is already mine. Okay, so the Queen of Coins is just telling you, get grounded in that reality, get grounded in that understanding that whatever you need, whatever kind of support system you're searching for, whatever kind of like strength in as far as your finances goes, like just being comfortable where you are, whatever you're trying to achieve, that is already on its way to you. Your job is to really accept that, to really get yourself deep into that mindset of knowing what is coming to you, because having that mindset is going to keep it flowing in your way. And you really, really, really need to be grounded in that kind of that understanding of reality. Okay, so let's see what your energy is on the spiritual level. This is concerning, how you are, where you're standing spiritually, how you feel emotionally these days, or what kind of emotional journey you might have been going on, or might be about to start. Just what kind of thoughts are circulating around you, So what is the mental, spiritual, and or emotional energy surrounding whoever this reading is meant for this day, Monday, March 20th, 2019. What is the mental, emotional, and or spiritual energy surrounding whoever this reading is meant for, from my higher self to theirs, and back to mine and to these cards? What is the message they need to know, that they need to hear concerning their mental, emotional, or spiritual energy? Please, please and thank you. You have the Two of Wands. Okay, so your thoughts are very much centered on you, like on your problems. Like if someone says, oh, I'm having this problem, your response is probably going to be like, oh, well, this isn't my problem. Like your thoughts are kind of very self-centered today. For whatever reason, you're just really thinking about your life and your problem. I do think that this, because we have the wand suit and the number 2, I do think that you're not necessarily overdoing it. Like the way you're focusing, the things you're focusing on, I think are things that you want to do, things that bring you sort of excitement, sort of passion, that make you feel like you have purpose. So you're really just kind of reflecting on these things and on yourself. So it's not as selfish as I guess I first read it. I think it's more like you're just very concerned with the process that you're on towards achieving whatever it is you're trying to achieve. And I guess because we did get our overall energy as rest and restore, and like just like with the Queen of Coins, the idea is to kind of wait and rest and be grounded in the reality that whatever you need is going to come to you. That you don't really have to go crazy trying to achieve it. You just know that it is already yours. In a similar vein, this isn't a very, like, I'm not feeling a very active energy, even though we do have the Suit of Wands, which for me is usually very active. Usually it means, it's kind of that go-getter energy, but I'm feeling that you're more kind of thoughtful about what you're trying to do. You're really just kind of reflecting, and I guess I'm saying reflecting because we do have this double mirror image. You're very much just kind of looking at yourself and looking at your achievements and or lack thereof. Did I say all those words right? You're looking at your achievements and or you're looking at your lack of achievements. And you're just kind of trying to figure out, what your purpose is and what direction you need to take. And I do think, kind of like what I said with that Queen of Coins, maybe you need to take some time to reassess your own talents and your own abilities. I do think that mentally that's kind of where you are, is where you're thinking about, what do I have to offer? What am I capable of doing? What am I capable of changing in my life that I don't like, that I want changed? How can I, like, what steps can I do to do that? And you're very much kind of in that energy where you're just really focusing on the options that are for you, that are available to you, when it comes to making some sort of change concerning either your job or your physical path, like what you're trying to do, where you see yourself in 10 years. Like, you're really just thinking about a lot of these things and what kind of efforts you've already made, or what kind of experiences you've already had, and how you can use that, how you can use those talents, those experiences, that knowledge you gain from those experiences to move forward and kind of make some sort of change. But like I said, right now your thoughts are just very kind of on yourself. You're not really thinking about branching out. You're not really thinking of how you could ask other people for help. You're not really thinking about relationships or anything like that. It's really a very kind of self-centered kind of energy, but I don't think it's like in a negative light. I don't think you should take it in a negative light. I think the way you're thinking about yourself and your goals and your plans, and with your financial message and your restore, replenish kind of message telling you to, like, recharge yourself. This also includes your spirit. This also includes your goals. This also includes, and it's especially, today is Astara. Today is the start of spring. Today / tomorrow. And so this is the perfect time to start to reassess. This is the end, pretty much at the end of this month is the end of the first quarter of this year of 2019. So it makes sense that you're probably trying to reassess where you want to go from here. It's if you're not someone who does like quarterly goals or quarterly like planning, then I definitely recommend you start that, because I do think that where you're headed is a very positive kind of, you're thinking a lot about your goals and your plans and your ideals and the life you want to live soon and the options that are there for you, and how you can achieve that. And again, like I said, with that Queen of Coins, you need to, as you're doing all this thinking, as you're making all these plans and setting these goals for yourself, you really need to know that in your heart of hearts, you need to know that it is already set for you. If it's meant to be yours, it's already yours, and you have to believe that. But I do think that mentally right now you're just kind of focused on yourself, on your goals, on your dealings, and that's fine. So let's see with our 3 cards, kind of where you're standing right now energetically, what you need to focus on, and what you can hope for and or expect if you remain on the path that you're on. So for whoever this reading is meant for, what is their energy? Where they're standing right now, what is their energy? What do they need to focus on? What is the best thing for them to focus on? The thing for their best outcome. And should they remain on the path that they are currently on, what outcome can they hope for? Should they remain currently on this path, what outcome can they hope for? from my higher self to theirs, from theirs to mine, and to these cards I ask, where do they stand? What must they focus on? And what outcome can they expect should they remain on the path that they are currently on? Please and thank you. You stand at Six of Wands. Your focus, Four of Pentacles. And your outcome, Three of Swords. So, where you stand with the Six of Wands, I feel this is, you really, really want people to notice the work that you're doing, and I really try not to read for myself. But I totally feel this card right now. Like, you want people to see the work that you're doing. You want people to appreciate the work that you're doing. You want people to come to you and say, I feel it, I hear it, I understand it, and I support it. You want to be cheered on. You want the accolades. You want the parade. You want the clapping. You want people to love you. You live for the applause, like Lady Gaga says. You want that kind of fanfare. And yeah, I think with the Six of Wands, the idea is to remember that you deserve it. Like, whatever, when the Six of Wands comes up, it generally, for me, means that, not only do you want that kind, well, depending on the position, obviously, but not only do you want that kind of support, that kind of fanfare, applause, love, parade, kind of attention on your works, but you also need to know that you deserve it. You've earned it. You've done the work for that. So you're not just like, I want attention for, this idea I have. You're like, no, I had an idea and I put it into action and now it's thriving and I want people to see it. I want people to know it, and I want someone to tell me that they're proud of me and that they support me, because otherwise, why do you do public things? Why put things out? Why put out art? Because you want someone to love it. And I think that's just kind of where you stand right now. That's just your energy. You're like doing something. And I totally feel this, like, obviously, as a creative person, which I am assuming many of you are, like, people who watch tarot tend to be very creative people who are trying to, better their lives in some way or understand their lives in some way. They tend to be people who are able to have that kind of energy that is necessary for bringing change, whether that's to your life on a grand scale or whether that's to a painting or a book or something. So yeah, like, whoever you are, you're someone who is working towards doing something that you want accolades for, you want cheers for, and that's kind of a beautiful thing. What you need to focus on in order, I guess, to achieve that is to continue that kind of selfish energy that I was getting from that Two of Wands. Really be aware of how you're holding on to your resources. Like, don't hold on to things just for the sake of holding on to them, but also, there are some things that you just aren't ready to share. There are some things that you're not ready to give, that you shouldn't give. There's your time, if you're really working on something, you can't give your time to everybody. You have to be very selective about how you spend your time. That's a resource. How you spend your energy, that's a resource. We have a certain amount of energy for each day, and when that's gone, you know it, you feel it, you get exhausted. That's a resource, your listening energy, if you have a friend who's, I gotta stop saying, but if you have a friend who comes to you and is basically saying, I need to talk to you, I need to throw all of my baggage on you, I need to tell you all about my life and all about my horrible day and my horrible coworkers and my horrible partner and blah blah blah, I don't feel good, I hate my life, blah blah blah, and every time they talk to you, you feel drained. That is because you're giving up some of your energy to help them through their problem. And be a good friend always, of course, but set boundaries for yourself. Absolutely set some boundaries. With this four is generally a number that means, again, you need grounding, but you also need some organization. You need to set boundaries. You need to set goals and rules for yourself if you are to achieve the bigger goals that you have. If you are to achieve the things that you're working on, whatever this energy is, whatever that Six of Wands energy is that you're asking for, and you have a lot of wands and coins. So this means that you have that means to me that you have a lot of success on its way. Like, should you find a way to make sure that you are grounded and understand that even if things aren't as great as you want them to be, that they will be better, that you will have what you need, you will have the funding and the home and the food and everything that you need. And then you're able to, be a little bit, I hate saying the word selfish, but, be a little bit more self-contained, um, spend a little bit more time focusing on the things that you want to get done and the life that you want to live and the person that you want to be, because you can't help other people if you're a mess. You can't. If you're not helping yourself, if you're not taking care of yourself, if you're not doing the things that you need, taking breaks when you need them, feeding yourself well, pursuing your spiritual passions, pursuing your artistic passions, your physical passions, whatever it is that gets you, that makes you feel like life is living and not just surviving. If you're not feeding that, then you aren't going to be able to help other people effectively. You're just not. So absolutely take some time to be a little bit selfish, a little bit self-contained, a little bit more focused on your interests and your growth and your ability to make change in your own life before you keep trying to make change in other people's lives, and especially if you're the kind of person who spends your time just kind of watching TV. You go to work, like a day job that you don't like, that is dead end and has like there's no chance for you being um, anything more than what you are in that job, having a much higher position than the one that you have. Then you come home and all you do is watch TV. Then you're not living. You're just not. And you may not want to admit it to yourself today. That's not what this energy is, though. That is a kind of selfishness that is mostly based on fear or depression or laziness. And you may not want to admit it to yourself. You may be like, "No, I'm content." But are you really? Are you really happy doing a job that you're not happy with, that has no room for growth, doesn't bring you any kind of fulfillment, any kind of pride? Like, I understand a job that's hard, but feels good. Like, it's exhausting and you cry. Ballerinas, their feet bleed, but they love ballet, right? So, like, if it's not a job you're willing to suffer for anything other than just money, a job that you passionately are okay feeling a little, like being a little, going through a little bit of pain for a better outcome, then it is not something you need to be doing. It's just not. And you can, like, we can lie to ourselves all the time. We have this problem in America where it's like, be happy you have a job, but there are way more jobs available than our media and our government would lead you to believe. There are way more ways to support ourselves and to support our environment and our communities. So really figure out what fulfills you, because this energy isn't about being lazy in the way that you're doing nothing because this, you just rather take naps. We would all rather take naps. But this energy, this lazy or this selfish kind of self-centered personal energy is more about doing the things that are going to bring you that kind of passion and fulfillment and excitement, okay? So really focus on whatever it is that brings you that kind of, I want to do this energy. Like, this is my life. These are my goals. This is something I am willing to be up 3 days in a row to do. Like, that kind of energy. Focus on those things, the things that bring you that passion for life, and that help you also figure out what's worth doing the hard work for. What is worth doing the hard work for to you? Okay? For me, that's my pagan work, that's my blog, that's tarot, that's writing my books, that's pursuing a publishing kind of path, that's starting businesses and being able to travel and spending time with animals and taking care of children and helping, that generation become better people so that hopefully someday they can save the world, because I sincerely believe that the kids that we have right now, they're like between the ages of 5 and 14. Those are the kids that can help change our world like in a way that we've never imagined. That's what I believe. And so like I put a lot of my time and my energy into those goals, into helping those children and helping my own other goals come into fruition. And just whatever it is that gives you that excitement, that gives you that love, that feeling of like that surge of self-expression. Focus on that. Do the hard work, do the dirty work. For it's like, it's less about what's in your head and more about like just getting down and doing the ugly stuff. It's not all going to be pretty. It's not all going to be YouTube worthy. It's not all going to be Instagrammable, but it is going to be worth it, okay? And let's see what your energy is should you continue on the path that you're currently on. So we have the Three of Swords here. So you might find that your thoughts are a bit scattered. You might find that where you're going to experience probably some heartbreak. Like you may be letting go of or losing people because of this selfishness, because you are trying to be within yourself. But with the Three of Swords, the way that heartbreak kind of affects you, or the way you respond to it, I should say, is really up to your mindset. It's really up to how you choose to experience it. And if, you are kind of hurting, if you are going through something that isn't necessarily the most positive, in your outcome, by the end of everything you're doing, it's only going to serve to be like a learning kind of experience for you. You're going to find that, whatever this is, and I'm basing this on the cards that we got before this, but I think I will pull another card to kind of clarify. But whatever this is, you are going to find that even though there may be heartbreak involved, there may be some sort of struggle or pain involved, it's going to be something that you probably needed to go through in order to kind of replenish who you are, in order to you're going to be letting go of something that's not serving you. So whatever it is, even though you're not going to necessarily be ecstatic about letting it go, you are going to find that it's the best move for you, I think. So I'm going to pull another card as a clarifier. Why do we have this Three of Swords? Can you please tell me what this Three of Swords is about? What is this Three of Swords message pertaining to concerning the outcome of whoever this reading is meant for, should they remain on their path? Please clarify this Three of Swords for us, please. Thank you. Interesting. So the Ten of Wands, then the Knight of Pentacles, and the Three of Cups. I know I said I'd pull one more card, but I just can't help myself. So the Ten of Wands is a card that basically says, you're going to find that you have a lot of work at that point. Whatever this outcome is, you're still going to have a lot of work, but at this point, it's going to be like, it's worth it. You know that, the universe has your back. Mother Nature, Goddess, Gaia, the divine, your spirit animals, your spirit guides, your ancestors, whatever, they got your back, and you're going to feel it. You're going to know it, and you're going to be like, all right, I can do this. It's exhausting, and I want to fall down and just collapse face first, but just a few more steps, and I'm going to be where I need to be. And that's kind of where you'll end up should you continue on the path that you're on. Also, we have the Knight of Pentacles and the Three of Cups, which are also very positive. So you're going to find that you have a lot of abundance surrounding you, and you have to be very careful to not get lost in it. You have to be very careful to really, again, I keep saying, stay grounded. Make sure you're grounded. Make sure you are keeping your head firmly on your shoulders and meditating and shielding yourself and doing all the work that you need to do to make sure you are mentally and spiritually stable, because you are going to find that there's a lot of change happening for you, a lot of abundance, a lot of beautiful things. There are going to be a lot of people who are celebrating you and who want to celebrate with you, and you're going to find a lot of things to be happy about. Just be careful that you're not letting yourself get overwhelmed by everything. Don't let it go to your head, because being humble is going to keep you from squandering it, from throwing it all away. But this is so positive. There's like a very positive energy. So whatever it is, like I said, even though this Three of Swords might hurt at the time, it's going to bring you a very positive outcome. It's going to bring you more work, but that work's going to be something that is fulfilling to you and is bringing you joy and is bringing you such abundance and so much to celebrate and so much like love. Like this 3 of Cups, look at this. That is love. That is straight up love. All right. So there you have it. That is your reading for Wednesday, March 20th, 2019. Thank you so very much for being here. I will try to see you tomorrow. I'll see if I have enough time. I want to because I do love this channel and I love, just being, I guess, on YouTube, and I love being able to read. But it does help if I have feedback. That, like, I feel like one of the main things that keeps people, on YouTube and keeps people able to provide a service like this channel, like other tarot channels, like Consciousness Evolution Journey, which if you haven't watched her tarot channel, she's amazing. She's like my favorite tarot reader on YouTube. Consciousness Evolution Journey. She's amazing. But like channels like this, one of the main reasons they last is because of interaction with watchers. Like if no one's ever interacting, if no one's liking and no one's subscribing, no one's commenting, no one's saying anything, it just kind of feels like you're talking to a void. And I do think that's part of the reason why I've been a little bit slack with the channel for the last few weeks, is because, for one, it is something that I can put aside, that is not as high on my priority list as some of the other things I'm doing. But for another, it's like, if no one is there, then how do I justify doing it? What is the reason for it? Besides me wanting to learn, I could do this on my own. I could do this at home every day and no one ever has to see it. So one of the reasons is because of watchers, is because of viewers, because of people who comment and say, hey, I'm here, I'm watching, and I care. So if you're there, let me know, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Remember always that I love you, okay? Bye.